Hello. Today I'd like to talk about meditation and how my spiritual path began. When I was a child, I was a very sensitive child. And one day, I was maybe 5 or 6, I was playing by the window. The window was open, the sun was shining, it was a great day, and I looked through the window, through that open window, and there was this lady standing on our balcony. She was an elderly lady. She was standing there looking at me and smiling. I was like, yes. And she was not very far. She was like this distance from me. I was, yeah, and she looked really, really real. But then I realized that she shouldn't be there. So I ran into the kitchen screaming, Mommy, Mommy, there's a lady on our balcony. Then Mom came running in, and there was no one. And my mom believed me. So she asked me, was it our neighbor? Because we had an elderly lady neighbor. I said, no, not at all. This was someone I have never seen before. And another strange thing is that we lived on the second floor. That elderly lady would have never been able to climb up the balcony to get into our balcony. That was just impossible. So, so this was someone that may I think it was a ghost. Maybe someone who lived there before. I don't know. So I saw that ghost. And then later I started feeling entities around me. I don't know who they were. They would be like standing behind me, or like I would be in the room and then I would feel someone at the door. Um, And in the beginning, it was okay, somehow felt normal. But when I became a teenager, there were so many of them that it started freaking me out. I became afraid because I did not know what they were. Maybe it was just the same elderly lady. It's just that I wasn't seeing her, but I was feeling. I don't know. I really do not know who they were. And that was scary because of the unknown. And so eventually I just started like screaming at them, like, leave me alone. In my head, obviously. Leave me alone, go away, I'm not afraid of you. Something like that. And then, what happened then? What else can I tell you about that? Then my mom died when I was 17. I had just turned 17. My mom died. Um, then my whole world turned upside down. I started, questioning God, like, how could you do this to me? Why me? All my friends, my cousins, they have mothers, and me, I don't. And yeah, I was a teenager. It was a really, really tough time for me. And then eventually, I blocked everything out. Um, I moved out from that town, from the place where I lived in my childhood, and I forgot all about it. I just pushed it all away, and that was it. And then I continued living my life. From time to time, I would feel an entity there or there, but very, very rarely. And sometimes I would wake up. I, I remember once I was sleeping on my side. I woke up, opened my eyes, and I saw legs standing next to me. So that's scary because they were like really in my face, like very close to my face, like I was at the edge of the bed, and these legs were there. They were transparent. They were like a foggy thing, you know. I was like, ah, boom, disappeared, no more legs. That was yeah, a real wake up. And then another time, I was already living in the United States, sleeping on my back. Woke up, opened my eyes, and I see at the bottom of the bed by my feet this huge entity, bigger than my door, transparent, Again, I screamed. It freaks me out every time. Ah! Boom. No more. Um, and that was that. Then the time went on. I had children, and I was very busy and exhausted, especially when my twins were born, and I was with them from morning till late afternoon, till 4:30, 5. Then my husband would come home and would take over, but then I would immediately go to work and would come back by 9 p.m. And I wouldn't sleep at night because I needed either to nurse my twins or to pump the milk. And so eventually I became really exhausted and very irritable, very not patient, and screaming quite a lot. And then I thought, my children deserve better. I should do something about it. And I decided that I needed to start meditating. I thought maybe that would calm me down, would make me a better person. And a friend of mine directed me towards a psychic institute. So I took classes, clairvoyant meditation classes there. Um, and this whole new world opened up to me. Um, so I learned this clairvoyant meditation and was meditating. And I had some experiences, like I would feel my brother, my deceased brother, my brother passed away in 2014. He would like pass by, and I knew it was him. I don't know how, but I knew that was him. And then once there was my grandma who sat right into my lap. I was My emotions were skyrocketing. I was happy. I was like crying. I was laughing. I was so overwhelmed with emotion because it felt like seeing uh, my grandma that I haven't seen since 2004, because that's the year she passed away. It was just incredible. And and then I started seeing other things, and that evolved into other things, and then I was guided about to other things, and that's how it all began. And so one day I was meditating, and I started feeling that this this life of mine like didn't have much meaning. I was a piano teacher. I was a mother of three. I was looking after my kids and I was working. I was really, really busy. Yet it felt like I am not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. It felt like it's not enough. And I don't know how to describe this. It felt like my life had no meaning. It's like it's hard to understand because I had everything, was very busy, but the feeling inside was like so bad. I was meditating that day. I started crying. Like, what else can I do? How can I contribute to humanity? It felt like I had to contribute. I had to do more for humanity, for people, that there's so much suffering in this world. Like I was one of them. Like before this point of meditation, I was my life wasn't easy either, and I went through lots of suffering. And I knew that there were other people going through this, and it felt like I had to do something about it. I just didn't know what. So I was crying, and then I felt all these light hands like tapping on me, like we'll be all right. There were so many of them, like 20 or so, like calming me down, like it will be fine, it will be fine. So then I realized I started praying, like, make me your tool, God. I'm here for you. Just show me what I can do. Because yeah, that's how I felt. So that was pretty bad. And after that meditation, I was feeling bad. I was down. I was depressed. I was like asking myself, what can I do? What can I do? And I thought maybe it's a midlife crisis. Maybe that's how people feel when they reach midlife. It's like, yeah, maybe that was a midlife crisis. And then even after these 2 weeks, I was still not feeling very well. But somehow I came across this book of Michael Newton called Journey of Souls. And it fascinated me. It started reminding me of who I was, that I was a soul in a body, and not just a body. And I was just so taken by this book. Then I started feeling happy. I started like, yes, now I'm kind of getting into it. I'm like I was no longer depressed. I was no longer questioning what I should do. I was just so fascinated. It felt like um, I found what I should do next. Um, so this is my experience with meditation and how it all began. And I'll speak more about my experiences of meditation and what else I felt and what came to me in my other videos. So thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely day. I'll see you soon.